Greek is in the house now. So I'll make it loud. Okay, so a lot of the stuff that I'm going to share with you tonight is stuff I've written about a lot of the people that are in this room, actually. So I'm exposing you and myself. And it's kind of poetry, it's kind of spoken word. It's very personal. My heart's going to be down there somewhere, and you can just stomp on it. Pick it right back up. Okay, so this is a little bit of a story of how I came here, my journey. I came here 3 years ago, and this is a little bit of a story of me coming here and how I felt about it. And this is it. It's called Let Me Say This. Let me tell you a story about leaving home, about struggling to find a place of your own, about walking miles every day in this crazy fucking city and asking yourself over and over again, is this all there is? Let me tell you about loving and heartbreak and standing on your own 2 feet, about flirtation and opening your heart again, about loneliness, about doubt and fear. Let me tell you about sitting alone at night thinking there must be more to life than this. Let me tell you about rejoicing and knowing you have friends who love you and you love them. Let me tell you about poetry and listening to your father analyze over and over the importance of poetry. Because talking about your motherland falling apart, not that pleasant. Let me tell you about my mother and how she's my best friend. Let me tell you about laughter in the middle of the street till your guts hurt and not caring how loud you are, because that shit was really funny. Let me tell you about sex and passion, lack of intimacy and truth. Let me tell you about excuses and mistreatment and unfulfilled embraces and lies. Let me tell you about pain. Let me tell you about falling in love again and going out of your mind. Let me show you loss and tears. Let me tell you about walking alone and sleeping alone and being alone and crying alone and feeling alone even though you're not. Let me tell you about countless early mornings sitting in an empty yoga school and just breathing, hoping it will get better. Let me tell you about waking up with the sun in your eyes and smelling that island breeze and wishing you were there with me, diving deeper and deeper into the deep blue sea. Let me tell you about missing home and missing my people and missing my land and my balcony and the aromas of fresh baked bread from the village bakery, salt on my skin, and the sound of hundreds of cicadas drowning the air with their numbing rhythm. Let me tell you about music and dancing and embracing friends who are far away and letting your hair down, because that's what's life really all about. Let me show you what I see, what I hear. Let me share with you my story. And I want you to share yours with me. Tell me about you. Tell me about your dreams and struggles, your life and goals, your fears, and sitting up at night thinking, is this all there is? Eat with me. Drink with me, laugh with me, cry with me, look into my eyes and see there is nothing more beautiful than sitting in silence and knowing, understanding one another and realizing, yeah, this is all there is. So the second one came about from various lovers Cut and paste various times in my life, but really a little bit more recently. So this is called, this was a complaint I had about New York and its lack of eros and love. So I wrote a little bit of my ode to passion and sensuality. Now that is what I'm talking about. That first glance at your harsh exterior softening with my touch. My fingertips feel every pulse and nerve ending the moment you take off your mask and I take off mine. The moment you give yourself to me and your only thought is exploring every curve and every line. The only distance between our bodies is this thin layer of sweat as our temperature rises. That second when you truly let go. You breathe my air and I take in yours. Your smell is like intoxicating perfume. I'm mesmerized by your whispers. I'm enchanted by your touch. Now that is what I'm talking about. Lips locking, tongues twisting, bodies dancing to an ethereal sound. You enter my sacred space and there's no turning back, because here is where you feel at home. That is what I'm talking about. That single elated moment when you're feeling everything all at once. Explosions and galaxies created by our bodies pulsating, connecting in a way that no one can possibly explain. It's like a bullet train passing through my brain, knowing that your beat, your rhythm, your percussion, your syncopation meets mine. It's like fine wine, aged to perfection. Your taste, a morsel of the richest chocolate melting slowly on my tongue. I'm you and you're me. Just for a moment we cease to exist. We become one. You see? That moment, that feeling of euphoric climax, the senses firing all at once, pushing through every pore, every cell of your body. Now that is what I'm talking about. One more, and this is recently written. It's for somebody that's in here. So, this is it. My last one. Into Me is what it's called. Alright, yours air conditioning. I'd like to play it cool, but you're on my mind. I'd like to play it chill, but yeah. Most of the time, my thoughts wander to you through secret corners and streets. Nah, you fool, not all the time. But when you're there and our eyes meet, I can see right into you. I'd like to play it cool, but you and me, we found one another. For whatever it's worth, we understand each other. I never thought it was meant to be, but your eyes are different, and that intrigues me. To stay and see where this little crazy trip will take me. I'd like to play it like it's nothing, but something in your smile makes me want to release all the ifs, ands, or buts within me. And that's a rarity, you see. But I'm caught in a daze, my mind's in a haze, so drop the mask and let you and me just be. I like to play it like I don't care, but I'm into you, and that's so rare. I like to pretend that you ain't nothing, but you got my heart pumping, and I'm shit scared. No matter what, your eyes are filled with fire and desire. Maybe not for me, but that remains to be seen. You like to play like you don't see, but I've dropped my mask, and you see right into me.